Hello everyone, this is Satish. Welcome to session 4 of Appium 1.6. So last three sessions was all about the Appium architecture and installation and Xcode setup part. As promised, today we're going to discuss about parallel runs on iOS device from a single Mac. So this is a topic of concern from many of the SDETs. I've seen people asking questions around how can we actually run multiple suits on, a suit on multiple devices. So Appium 1.5 had a lot of challenges. Appium 1.6 has uh, a capability where we can actually run uh, your suit on multiple iOS devices. I'm going to quickly walk through on what are all the changes that we need to make uh, in order to fit the needs. Mainly we need to make three changes. As we discussed in the previous session too, I did highlight something around the ports, okay, that gets opened. So mainly the issue will be around when you try to run on multiple devices with Appium 1.5. You will see issues around the port being used, like Appium localhost 4723 port being used by some one device, and you're trying to run the same suite on some other device, so there is a conflict there. So Appium doesn't allow you to spin up one more instance. So there is a workaround to that. So what we can do is uh, we can s- we can do that in three stages. Um, so So first is Xcode project modification. Second is WTA port randomization randomizer. Third is our Appium default port randomization. So by doing these three things, we'll be able to achieve the parallel runs. So as of now, the issue I'm seeing is this execution is a bit slow. Uh, it's not that fast as what you run on a single device. The commands seems to be getting queued at some place, and the execution is not as fast as a single device. But when I have a suite where I am running it on 4 or 5 devices, so the system gets loaded, it starts using a lot of resources. So at max I was able to achieve around 4 to 5 devices, and it's pretty good to see that to see the same suite running on different models of iOS device. So let's get started with this. So let's start making simple changes that we those three changes that we discussed about. So the first change is in our Xcode project. So you can open up your WebDriver agent project. So here, by default, if you see the static NSU integer constant default starting port is 8100 on the device. So what we need to do is whenever this project runs on the device, so the port has to be randomized. So for that we can use a randomized function. We can define a port range as 1000. Then we can define an upper and lower limit. Okay, then we can generate a random port, okay, using a random function. So after that, what you're doing is you are actually spinning up a port here. If you see binding port from arguments, so what this does is basically it'll randomly create a port, okay. So and that port will be used in order to run this app on the device, okay. So I'll show you the logs when it runs it. Basically creates a port somewhere between let's change this to 71002 since this is 1000. We can make this between 1000, so that the port will be in the range of 7100 to 8100. I'll show you the logs when it actually creates the port. Okay, so this is a change in the Xcode project. That's all you need. You don't have to have to define anything else. Okay, so let's go to the Java project. Before that, let's take a look at the Eclipse project. So this is my automation project where I am trying to spin up the Appium instance. This is my driver class. So similarly, you must be having your own driver class where you must be having a way of trying to create an Appium instance. So I'm using Appium driver local service to create the instance. So this is a line of code where I'm trying to create the Appium instance, uh, our local host, and using port. This port is being randomized at this point. This is a second change that you need to make in your project. So the first thing we did in Eclipse, okay, where it creates a random port, and this is a port which is randomized, okay, while creating an Appium instance. Okay, so this completes the second part. Now the third port that we need to randomize is this device port. Okay, so this is basically our WDA port. Okay, WDA local port. Okay, this port will be used by iProxy in order to connect to the device. Okay, so now if you see, the ranges are varying from 4000 to 5000, so it will be mostly around 1001 to 4999. Okay, similarly the device port. Okay, so think of it this way. So your Appium will create an instance at some random port. So now your iProxy will start using this device port in order to connect to the iDevice port, which is created by this project on the device. Okay, these three ports, okay, talking to each other. Think of it that way. Okay, I've already ran the project. Okay, I already have a sample of project that I have run on two different devices from the same Mac. Let me show the, let me go to the logs to um, to show the same how it has worked. Okay, so if you see here, so this is an Appium instance which was created by my Java project. Okay, the first uh, in the before class I'm trying to create my Appium instance. If you see, it is created at port 4292, and in the another instance, when in my different run, it has created at 4434. Okay, two different instances, okay, in two different runs. So now this Appium instance running at this port, okay, will try to connect to a WDA port, right? So if you see at the bottom here, we have WDA local port generated randomly, okay, as 8204. Okay, similarly, if you can see here, it's 8234. Okay, so this completes the WDA local port. So now, as I mentioned before, this local port will be used by iProxy, right? Let me show the iProxy logs too. Okay, so let me try to find this log statement related to iProxy. Let me try to find it on the both the windows. Let me search it here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if you see here, starting iProxy to forward traffic from local port 8204 to device port 7251. Okay, so 8204 is our WDA local port, and 7251 is our port which was created on the iDevice by the Xcode project. Similarly, here it's 8041 and the port is 7800. Okay, so so these are the random ports that are created by two different runs. Okay, So I have tried to run around 4 instances. So uh, it's not that great compared to a single device run. So it looks like the commands are being queued somewhere and it starts executing on the device um, in a first in first out manner. Um, so, uh, so what is really happening is, so my suit was taking around 8 hours to execute, okay, which contained scripts of around 300 to 400, okay. So what I was able to do is I was able to divide the suit into two different suits, okay, and I was able to parallelly run on two different devices which are of a same model, okay, and my runtime was around half, so on the same machine, okay, not exactly half, but it took me around plus 1 hour more because of this queuing thing. So, but I'm pretty impressed with the way this parallel run is being going on a daily basis. So you can give it a try. Okay, hope you all the success. Um, so basically, this completes our session on running on parallel devices. Okay, parallel devices. So see you in the next session where we will talk more about the migration of scripts from 1.5 to 1.6. Okay, thanks a lot. Please subscribe. Thank you.